Hey everybody, I'm Toby.
And I'm Savannah.
And this is the, after episode reaction to the first episode of Game of Thrones from a certain point of view. So we have it. The first episode. It's here, finally. I think it came out strong, very well. Kind of just an episode where we see where everybody is. No major battles, nobody's dying. Just, hey, here's all the main characters, here's where they are. Everybody's set in now, and there's set pieces on this chessboard. We opened up right on the Unsullied marching into Winterfell, watching Arya watch everybody come down the line, all of it. Her brother, the Hound, Gendry, just everybody from her past now growing different and just have different auras about them. They're just coming down this trail at her one at a time. Jon doesn't even notice her, which was interesting. But again, he's got to look stoic and everything right now.
And he hasn't seen her since she was like
true. Since season
a child.
1.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, since season 1 they haven't seen each other.
Since season 1, he hasn't seen her since she was like, I don't know, 10 maybe.
Yeah, whatever their ages are. Their ages were aged from the books to here. So
I think she started off as 10 or 11.
A big information episode. Characters were getting new information and learning new things. I'm happy that they said it, and I'm glad that it surprised me that it happened so early. Jon learning the truth of his lineage, and he accepted it so well right out from the bat. Didn't question it. He was kind of like, Jesus, that's...
Well, he questioned it a little bit, saying my father was an honorable man. Why would he lie to me my whole life?
Right, yeah, and then Sam had to say, protecting you and blah, 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 so... Yeah. Cersei didn't do too much. Her and
She banged her new husband.
Yeah, her and Euron had, finally did a little banging.
Which I think she's doing that to cover up the fact that she's having this child with Jaime.
Exactly, just cover up the incest and just have a pure... trying to convince everybody that it's a pure heir to the throne. So lots of heir talk, a lot of heir scheming going on here in this episode. Let's see, the middle episode. The Northerners seeing a dragon for the first time. Many were shocked. Wondering how that tension's going to go on.
I mean, I honestly think that the tension's not going to last past next episode. If they really are coming, if the Night King and his army really are coming in either the next episode or the one after, that tension's going to be gone. The second they see that army, that they're going to be like, well, I just don't even care about anything else right now.
Right, that's fair. It's kind of, I think once you see the dead, it's all game. You know, everything, all personal issues are over.
That's honestly what changed Jon the most, I think, was seeing... the Night King and that undead army.
I think that helped convince Daenerys too, a little bit, seeing all that stuff. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see what happens there. I'm thinking Jon should come at Daenerys and be like, hey, I found this out, let's check this out in backstory. If this is true that I am actually the son of Lyanna and Rhaegar, how about we rule together as king and queen? Unite all the people. Then you have Jon back in the king's seat. All those houses are now going to be happy, and they're going to come flooding back to help. So that might be something that he should say and should do, go about it.
I do think they're going to end up having to retreat back to the Iron Islands like Yara said.
But yeah, like Yara said, they need somewhere to come back to. Now Theon getting to the battlefield hopefully on time will be able to say, hey, retreat to the Iron Islands. Because I don't think that the Whites can go through water. That was the thing about the lake.
Yeah.
They couldn't get across because of the water, so I think that they can't swim. They probably just sink to the bottom or something.
No, they sink and they die. That's why.
That's why that's why that happened the last time. That's why they broke the water up, and then they were the ice. When the ice froze, that's when they started walking across.
Yeah. I know that. Who was throwing stones? I can't remember. Was it Tormund?
Is either the Hound or I think it was the Hound or Tormund.
Well, whoever was doing it, it was like, stop it.
Yeah, you're gonna get us. Don't do it. You're going to tell them that it's finally frozen and that we can go now. So, but back to this episode. Everybody's in Winterfell now. That is, Jaime ends up being in Winterfell in the end. He gets there right at the end. Kind of the last shots we see.
Literally the last shot we see is him and Bran staring each other down.
Ooh, looking at the man he hasn't seen since season 1. The man who pushed him out the window, paralyzed him, and set him on this journey.
Granted, apparently he's not Bran anymore, so I wonder if he even cares. Honestly.
Right, yeah. He's... Like he said about Jon, he's not my brother anymore. But that's actually true though now. he's not his brother. He'd actually be a cousin.
So maybe that's what he means, and he is
Exactly.
kind of still Bran?
So maybe there isn't that distance that everybody's thinking. Maybe he's just Bran still.
Yeah.
But Jon technically is not a brother. He's a cousin now.
That's true.
So we have that information now, and he's spreading that around, which is good. I'm glad to know that everybody's learning about this. They're not keeping it hidden for so long anymore. Information is coming
nice.
right away.
Well, yeah, they kept it hidden for 7 seasons, so I think they're kind of just
Well, yeah, but
ready to air it out there. Well, they only have so many episodes, and they have to deal with
everything.
the battle with the White Walkers, and then they have to deal with who's going to end up on the Iron Throne, if anybody ends up on the Iron Throne.
Do you think maybe the North's going to have to retreat so much that they have to go back to King's Landing?
It's very possible.
Cersei meets them at arms at first, and they're like, we just want to fight these guys. We need your help. We need your Golden Compass army.
Yeah. Or maybe Jaime will kill her as they get there.
Still, I do think that they will kill each other.
I would agree with that being a possibility, but as soon as she's dead, that they're all fighting together.
Exactly, and I think that the Iron Throne will be melted. I think that they will get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's I don't know why, but I'm just staying hard to that one. I really like the symbolism that would bring out in the show. I mean, the characters themselves, just to be done with that. I'm not saying move on to some other form of government, but start a new way to rule. Sam stepping it up in this season. He had the heartstrings this time, learning that his brother and father were killed by Daenerys. What an interesting way to find out your family's dead.
At least she owned up to it.
Exactly. She was very forthcoming.
Yeah.
She said why she did what she did and what she expects out of all of her people, to bend the knee. That's all she asks. She just wants you to bend the knee. So, not too disappointed we didn't see the Night King.
Well, yeah, like you said, I think it was more about the setup, because they can't, just literally go into battle in episode 1, because then you don't have any of those revelations, and then you have to have them afterwards, and that's, I feel like, messier.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's more of a cleanup thing than a setup. This is a setup now. We're learning. Everybody's, Sansa's on edge with Daenerys. She's not too sure about that.
I think it's just because it's Sansa, and Sansa's kind of a bitch. But
Sansa likes to be the woman in charge.
Yeah.
She likes to be the queen bee, and now she's not, because here's Daenerys with 2 armies, 2 dragons. How do you compete with that? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think the only thing she has up on Daenerys for you is that she's a redhead. So.
Well, you got that. Yeah, she does have that. And she's a great actress. Both of them are. Both of them do a fantastic job. Everybody had stellar performances, as always. No complaints on anybody there. Not a lot of death in this episode. What was it? Just like the 3 or 4 guards on the ship?
Yeah, the guards on the ship, and then the boy.
Yeah, and the boy, yeah. Oh, when there's the ending, too. Tormund, we find out he's doing okay. He's trying to get to Winterfell as fast as humanly possible. Now he's going to get on the horses, because the, was it Lance Raider? Or whatever that guy's name is of the Night Watch. I can't remember his name. But he showed up, getting on horseback. Let's see if we can get there fast with the preview of next week. Looks like they make it.
We'll see, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but... So, really interesting. The intro is completely different. The bands are blacked out. They're not that gold anymore.
Maybe it's dragon glass?
Ooh, I like that idea. Different symbols. We didn't catch them all this time. We will.
Well, somebody was holding a head in front of the lion.
And then I thought I saw some dragons. In the future, we will be doing like a breakdown of stuff, so we'll do more of that. We'll do a breakdown of the intro. So super interesting that they changed that finally after all these seasons, and then the intro really focusing on
just Winterfell and King's Landing.
Yeah, nowhere else was really prominent.
They showed the break in the wall, but then the second they showed the break in the wall, it was really just Winterfell.
You saw the
King's
couple
Landing.
of things in between, and then straight to Winterfell.
Yeah,
which was interesting. Doing all the levels, going into the catacombs. Ooh, I like that, and then just doing just so much more in depth on each of those cities.
Yeah.
So that was really nice to see. Yeah, it was super interesting to get a long shot of Winterfell from the air.
With the dragons.
When Jon was riding a dragon. Now, come on. How much fun was that, Daenerys' little play with the words on that when, what if he doesn't want me? Well, then it's been nice knowing you, Jon Snow. But that was just cool to see Jon riding a dragon. The villagers not even villagers, just the people of Winterfell got to see more of the dragons flying around.
The dragons got to see more of both Jon and Daenerys.
Exactly, yes. When Jon and Daenerys were kissing, the dragon staring. I don't know why John decided
It
to
reminds
open...
you of like the dog. Like your dog is just sitting there at the edge of the bed, just like, what you doing?
What are you doing? I know what you're about to do.
That's exactly the look that the dragon had. It's like
And
a
it's
big
even-
old crazy dragon.
And the dragons are, that's my mother. You're doing this to my mother.
Ew.
Just looked it right
Well,
in the
yeah, but I
eyes.
mean, if you think about those people who,
Own dogs, yeah.
own dogs are like,
Yeah,
yeah,
the dogs
the
think
dogs
that
essentially
too.
probably think that too. That's my mom. What are you
Right,
doing?
yeah, that's fair, that's fair. John and Arya meeting again.
Yeah.
Having Needle, talking about Needle, that was nice. Have you used it? Oh,
Couple
couple times.
Just killed a few people.
Yeah,
Don't worry
she's
about
killed a
it.
few people. No worries, it's not that big of a deal. It's whatever. The line Bran, what are you doing out here? And Sam asked him, I'm waiting for an old friend. Waiting for Jaime Lannister. Waiting for that moment when that man walked back in. I think we talked about that a little bit earlier, but just, going back through the notes here, just crazy. Everything Bran says is always cryptic and almost has foresight into it. Disappointing that we won't see the elephants.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
That would have been fun. Would remind me a lot of Lord of the Rings with the Elefantes there. Just would have been exciting and fun. But understandably, it's hard to transport them on ships.
Yeah.
They're a little heavy. They're big.
You need a lot of peanuts?
Yeah. Ooh, and I don't know if they had peanuts back then. Well, everybody's just there together at least. So we'll be seeing what happens next episode. So otherwise, I guess that'll be it for tonight. All right. Well, may the films be with you.